All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Last time we just finished running on a iOS emulator, ran the application, which is pretty fantastic. Now we're going to store temporary UI state in session. So this is getting in a little bit more of the coding and less of the taking advantage of some of the features of Meteor, which is what we did in the previous episode. So we're going to add a client-side data filtering feature to our app. That allow checkbox filling to see incomplete tasks. So as you recall, we have a task here, and we get this thing running. Run Meteor. I just got Meteor. It's even simpler than that. All right, so we have our application here. And as you see, we can click, once this finishes starting, we can click this and it still shows the completed tasks. So let's do tag veld. All right, so then, I want to basically not show the completed one. That's basically what we're trying to get done. So, all right, so let's jump to the code. Let's get this. I don't think we need a lot of this shown. All right, so first we need to add a checkbox to our HTML. So this is our HTML. We need to add this checkbox to the body right below H1. Okay. Make it a little bit clearer for you. Oh. So we're using this hide completed, which we don't have yet. So we need an event handler to update a session variable when the checkbox is clicked. So we add this to the template body events. Template body events, so that'd be this one. We had submit, we'd click to delete. So we're going to add in change, hide. On a change for this hide completed, we will process the input. All right. Now we need to update our helpers. So we'll put this helper in. So our helpers are here, template body helper tasks. So we're going to update our tasks section. So right now we just have it returning all the tasks, which is what's going on here. We're going to hide completed. We're going to only return the ones that were checked as not equal to true. So let's just replace this whole shebang. Boom. There we go. Save. As you can see, it's updating the application. Now this goes into a little bit here about the session as a reactive data store for the client. So what that means is, or what I mean by reactive data store is if I change something in session or a reactive data store, then it's automatically vented to the actual UI. I mean, assuming I have the, vented to the UI. So that changes on the UI nearly instantaneously. So that's what it means by reactive data store. I think there's some data stores that aren't reactive, but I think for the majority of the Meteor stuff is reactive. Like when you create a collection, like this task collection, it's a reactive data store. Session is very similar to that, and then it's reactive. The UI will react to changes in the data. All right, so let's test this out. So I have now had this hide completed on my application, so I can click boom, and then I can add in, so it doesn't show stuff that's completed. There we go. All right, excellent, excellent. All right, so we're back. So we just, again, added that capability there. It's pretty sweet, it's pretty sweet. I want to do one more thing. We want to do it incomplete. We want to count. So now that we have written a query that filters complete tasks, we use same query to display a count of the tasks that have not been checked. So we need to add a helper to one line of change. So we're going to add this to our template body helpers. So similar to how we had hide completed, we're going to add in a helper for incomplete count. So it's going to handle the count. going to find all the ones where checked is not equal to true. So we have checked not equal to true. And then we're going to display that. And we're going to put that at the end of here. So we're going to replace this guy. Bam. So now we go to our application. You should see 2, and then it's 1. So that session, so that's reactive. Excellent. So that's reactive too. So boom, boom, boom. Excellent. And that completes the step on storing temporary UI state in session. Now we're going to move on to adding user accounts. Now that we know how to create session. So adding a user account, again, this takes advantage of a lot of built-in features and capabilities of Meteor. So we're going to add in, we're going to enable the account system in UI. So what we have to do is we have to add Meteor accounts UI and accounts password to our application here. So we're going to enter that in. Selecting package versions. All right, so they've been added. In the HTML, right under the checkbox, we want to add this little bit of code, which adds the login buttons. So just below, right under the checkbox, including the following code. So right under the checkbox would be this one, I think, right? Let's try it there. See what our app looks like. Boom, so we have that there. Now that's what they wanted. Let's put it right under the checkbox. See if that's what it wanted? No. That's fine, right there's fine. So, okay, I like it there. I think before I had it over here, if I move this inside here, now 1 second. Okay, sorry, I had a phone call I had to take care of. So if I move this here, oh, there, that's where I had moved it. Save. I think this should shift over there. I don't like it there. I like it the other place. So right under the checkbox to me means it's here. If that's not what it means to you, then feel free to change. So we have that. Then in my JavaScript, add the following code to configure the accounts UI. So I got to do to my JavaScript the accounts UI config. So I'm going to put that, I'll put that up here. Didn't say where to put it, so I'll just put there. Username only. So it's password sign up field username only. So I don't have to provide, I assume that means I only have to provide a username. So now users can create accounts and log into your app. This is very nice. But we still want to add 2 more features. One is only show display the new task if you're logged in, and then only show tasks if I create a task. Show which user created each task. So it's going to show who created the task. So what that means is that I need to sign in. So let's go ahead and create an account. So why don't we do that yet? Let's go ahead and create an account. We'll wait on that. Oh, let's create an account. Why not? Email. james@brief27.com. Password. It's creating, maybe not. Did I not save the... Oh, I had an error. All right, so that's a problem. Let's refresh that. All right, so here's crash log. Cannot call method config of undefined. Let's go back to our helper here. At the bottom of the client code. Okay, so that's the problem. I did not read the instructions appropriately. the bottom of the client code. And here we go. All right, so it goes there. Clearly says that right here at the client, bottom of the client code. All right, it's restarted. Now we should have, yep. Should be able to sign in, create an account, username, James. Let's do password, oops. Create the account. Boom, now I'm James. Excellent. All right. So we need to add two fields to the task selection. The owner ID, the person who created a username. So the user that created the task. First, let's add some code to save these fields. All right, and submit new task event handler. Submit task. So here we are. We need to add in task inserts. I need to change this code here. I have text. I've created that, and I'm adding those two. So let's just replace that. Boom, done. It's taking advantage of that user that's built in, that package we downloaded. And we add the HTML to an if block helper to show the form as login user. So then our HTML add if block helper to only show the form when there is a logged in user. So we're going to put if block around the new task form, which is this one. Boom. So now we're checking to see current user. Now how do I know current user? Is that built in? Finally, add a spacebar statement to display the username field on each task route for the text. Here. Okay, apparently the CO2 level in my office is extremely high. Maybe why I have a headache. Anyway, so let's replacing this basically with that. All right, so we have that in there now. Okay, so the built-in current user helper. Okay, so that's my answer to my question is the current user. There's a built-in helper called current user to check to see if the user is logged in. This will display this. So that answers the question of, I thought we would need a helper for that, like we need a helper for these guys. This is built in and we don't need to provide that if we install that package. So let's see what we got here. So I have these two. Let's go back to sign out, and my thing is gone. Let's sign in. James, password. So I have this, and I can add a task now of so add that tag veld back in. And there's these. So let's go ahead and add these again. Well, we do re-add this one in. So delete it, add it back. There it is. Now let's sign out. Let's create another user. Let's call this Bob. Bob is create account. So now I'm Bob. Let's delete that. Bob's going to type in hello world. Boom, and so that's Bob's. But so I can see who created what. So sign out, sign in, James, password. Boom. All right, excellent. So now we have those. We've been able to only allow users to create new tasks if they're logged in. People can log in. And then we've tagged the actual task with the owner of that particular task, or the person who created it. I would be the owner of the task. So that's excellent, excellent. So that's the end of this particular tutorial, episode number 9. Next we'll move on to security with methods. So we're putting some security around, I think, some accessibility of to be able to edit tasks. What the objective is. Okay.